When I was 18, I actually moved to Vegas and started working in a tea room. And because I never baked, I'm not one of those that my mom taught me how to cook or to bake. She'll tell you that I used to go and hide with a book when it came to cooking or doing anything like that. But I started working in this tea room, and the owner taught me how to bake because she used to travel.
Uh-huh.
And so whenever she was gone, I had to make everything from scratch, all the scones, all the cakes, do the high tea trays. And she taught me how to do basic cake decorating.
Okay.
And when I came back to Arizona, I'd make cakes for family and friends. And actually one of the first businesses I owned was a small cafe in San Simone. It was called
really?
Model A Cafe. My mom and I had it for about 4 years until my son was born. And then, you can't work at
He had other plans.
I can't do that with a newborn and all
Yeah.
that. But, and so I would, bake for people in the community in San Simone. I'd make cakes for them and graduation cakes.
Okay.
But it was actually a few years later, as my kids were getting older and I was homeschooling them. We were over here all the time from San Simone for karate and for scouts and activities, and making cakes for people in karate was gas money. And it just kind of blew up. I joked that it was kind of a hobby that went wild, but it just, can I tell my friend about you? My friend needs a cake. And I had built up word of mouth before we even moved to Safford.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
So
that's the best way to do business. I mean,
Yeah.
You're not even having to spend money on marketing or anything yet.
Facebook wasn't a thing then when
Yeah.
I started. All you did on Facebook back then was probably play Farmville at the time. You didn't get on there and market yourself
Right.
or network and join groups or do anything like that.
Yeah.
You just played in the farms all day.
That, and do you remember Facebook?
The golden age of Facebook, I call it.
Do you
Yeah,
remember
I had a MySpace and it was transitioning into Facebook.
when Facebook first came out? Didn't they do something where like you would vote on this person or this person?
Yeah, that's what
That's-
it
Do you remember that?
To
When-
vote for people? I remember
It would be
poking
like-
them.
You could put, no, like it would come across like two people
you can
that I
still
knew,
poke people, by the way.
two
Okay.
people that I knew, and it'd be like, who's funnier or whatever, and you would vote on who's funnier. Then all these, it's terrible, really, if you think about
Oh
it.
my God,
But
it's going to give
remember
you
you could have your-
PTSD from your high school
Yeah.
yearbook days.
Yeah.
Or you had your top 10 friends.
Yeah.
That was like a published list. Like,
Yeah.
here are my top 10 friends. It was part of your profile.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Yeah.
Facebook's come a long way.
think
Now it's
I
like
think
your top
it's,
10 stalking profile.
I think it's
Yeah.
devolved. I love that.
Davis loves judging people.